Hello dear traders, hope so you guys are fine. It's me Sulaiman Khan Niazi, and this is the most important video for you guys for gold XAU USD, and kindly you guys must have to watch the video properly. You guys have to pay your fully attention. Whatever I would tell you guys, you have to follow the instructions, and I hope so that if you have watched this video very carefully, then hope so this video would gives you a lot of good profits in the future. And second thing is that, brother, we are trying our best to give you more and more knowledge. So kindly we just demand from you guys just to like, share and subscribe the channel, because there are 70% of the people who watched our videos but they have not subscribed the channel. So kindly do subscribe the channel. So without wasting time, so I have opened a weekly time frame chart of gold. So here you guys can see that market was in a bullish trend, and market was keep moving from downside towards upside. And here a market just started moves up and down like that in that pattern. But here you guys can see that market has created a little bit, you guys can say, a bullish pennant in a weekly time frame chart. So I would just draw some lines here just to these lines are just to clear your concepts. These are not at the perfect position. So here you guys can see that market has created a bullish pennant. So whenever market creates a bullish pennant, it's a first symbol that market is just, it's because basically the bullish pennant, it is a basic continuation pattern that marks a pause in the movement of a price halfway through a strong uptrend, and it gives you an opportunity to go long and profit from the rest of the price rise. So first, our thing is that on the weekly time frame, market has given us a bullish pennant. So it's a first thing that we have to look for a buy if market comes here near to 1720 or 1730 area. So it's our first thing. So kindly I think so that you guys must have to write these things on your notepads. On the second side, here you guys can see that it's a first shoulder, it's a head, it's a second shoulder. This is, so I would also mark the areas for you guys. First shoulder, it's a head, and here also you guys can see that market has created a very beautiful inverse head and shoulder pattern. And whenever market creates an inverse head and shoulder pattern, market tries to break the area but unable to break due to bearish pressure. So whenever market creates an inverse head and shoulder pattern, it's a first symbol that market is going to be uptrend. But on the other side, on the same page of the weekly time frame, so you guys can see one more thing. I will delete these arrows for you guys for further clarifications. You guys would see that market has created a M pattern, which is also called double top. Here it's a first top, here is a second top, and market has created a M pattern. And whenever market creates a M pattern, it's a first symbol that market is going to be in a selling mode. So there's a first symbol that market is going to be selling mode. So market breaks that area, and market tries to move towards downside, and market also takes a support here. Then after that again market moves towards upside. So I think so that was a retest. So here you guys can see that market can move towards downside at least 1730 area. So 1730 areas would be the good area to put your buy trades in gold. So if market breaks that area, then even though we can see that market could break 1680 also, so it's a high possibility. So these are two things. But on the other side, these sides are just for the weekly purposes. So if I am saying that market would break 1720 area, so it doesn't mean that if market breaks 1720 area or 30 area on a 4-hour time frame or on a 15-minute time frame, it means if we are discussing the weekly time frame chart, so it means if any weekly candle closes below this trend line, below 1730 area or 25 area, then we would look for a proper sell trade, and we would look for that we can assume that market could break 1680 also. On the other side, if you brother look at on a 4-hour time frame, so 4-hour time frame would also give you a very perfect entry. On a 4-hour time frame, you guys would see a one more inverse head and shoulder pattern. I would also mark the areas for you guys. So here you guys can say a first shoulder, here second shoulder, and it's a head. So again, market has created a inverse head and shoulder pattern, which also gives you the properly confirmation that market is going to be in a buy trend or market is going to be in a buy trend soon. So this was our one more confirmation that market could move towards upside. So here we would also look at, so if market doesn't break this area approximately 1747, so 1747, above 1747, so we guys should have to look for a buy. And approximately if market breaks, or if market today gives closing on a daily time frame above 1760 area, then again we could look for a big turn 1775. On the other side, if you look at on a daily time frame chart, I forgot one thing, because that was the most important thing, so I think so I must have to tell you about that. So here you guys can see that market has created on Friday, has created this candle or this impulse. So market has just made a small body, and market gives closing below 1760 area. As I mentioned, that 1760 is the best area, so you guys have to keep it in your mind. But market gives closing below 1760 area, so I think so that today market would try to fill this up. But here today is the holiday in Canada and America, Columbus Day, so I don't think so that there will be any big movement. Just banker would try to hit your stop losses, nothing more. They would move irrational up and down and either on sideways. So today, if you guys are not too much professional, then don't trade. So this is the, I think so that market would properly fill up this area, then after that market could go towards downside. So but on the 4-hour time frame, if you would look, that is a perfect inverse head and shoulder pattern. Here you guys can see, so market could move towards upside. So you should have, if you are if you have a good equity and you want to put a trade, so I think so that 1750 is the area that there, or 5051 is the area there you could open a buy trade, and your stop loss is just below this area, approximately 1740 or just 1740, and that's a risky trade because you I think so that if you want to look a proper buy trade, then you have to wait for 1760 area. If market gives closing above 1760 area, then there's a possibility that market could go towards upside. So I hope so that you guys would like this video, and if you have brother any question, our links are in the description of Telegram groups and channels, so you guys can contact us. So if you guys want to join our groups, our VIP groups, so you can also join our VIP groups also. So I hope so that I have tried my best to give you more and more knowledge, and I hope so that you guys would like this video and share this video. Thanks for watching, Rio Traders.